One of the highest roles that has been given to us as women is to birth and nurture our children. Today we're going to be sitting down with a medical doctor who decided to take on this role fully. We're going to be sitting down with Dr. Anne to find out her thoughts on this subject matter and to understand how and why she decided to make this decision. Stay with us. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we have a special guest with us, Dr. Anne Olowu. So, can you please introduce yourself to us?
Well, good day. My name is Anne Olowu. In introducing myself today, I would just like to be known as the 24-hour, everyday, forever mom.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about stay-at-home moms and basically just hearing your experience and just sharing with us what's, journey for you and how it has been. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about that and what informed your decision to be a stay-at-home mom?
Oh, well, when I was preparing to have kids, I realized that the nature of my job, my specialty is in public health, and it involved a lot of travel, before I got married and even after I got married. So I knew that for a time I may really have to take time away from work, but I thought maybe on a part-time basis, because I work for myself. I run a public health consultancy, but I never thought that it would be something that would go for longer than 3 months or 6 months. And so when we were going to have a baby, my husband and I, decided that, it would be wise to take some time off work so that I could concentrate on the baby. And so I did. But when it was 3 months down the line, I started looking for a crèche. But when the baby was 3 months, the baby was a baby. I didn't feel comfortable doing anything else but caring for him. But when he was 6 months, I was like, okay, yes, now he's older. Let me go start looking for a good crèche. And I did a bit of research and I went round and I found some very, very good crèches. And the very, very good ones came with, they cost a lot of money. And then I just weighed it. I was like, is it worth it? I mean, if I go back to full-time work, consultancy, well, I'll earn money, but I just weighed it. Would it be worth, part of the money would also go into paying for the crèche. So for me, I didn't see it as a win-win situation, because I also I wasn't convinced that, regardless of how good a crèche may be, I'm not convinced that they would do the work that I would do in caring for my own child. And so I decided, you know what, let me give it some time. But from the first baby to the second baby to the third baby, it's just gone on like that for me.
So it was more of a, how is it now? Is it like, it wasn't planned?
It wasn't planned.
Stay-at-home mom.
No, it wasn't planned for it to last for that long.
Okay.
But we now had to reassess the situation when we weighed the pros and the cons. We had to reassess it and realize, you know what, if you really just really, really want to give your child the best, no one is going to give your child the best but you. Okay. And so.
Yeah, so you've done this for how long now?
7 years.
Okay, that's a long time.
7 years, it's a long time.
It's a long time to know that you understand.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, so I want to ask now, what are the benefits you have seen for being a stay-at-home mom? To you, to your children, and to your family in general? What would you say are the benefits?
Oh, I must say that at first, I didn't see any benefit to me in court, because I felt, okay, my life was going, by. Everything was happening for everybody, I'm a very career-oriented person. In fact, at first, at a point in my life, I just wanted to have one child so that I'd be able to concentrate on my career and excel. So I really, really was very career-oriented, and I pursued it for, for during my 20s and my early 30s. But so at the beginning, I thought that it was of no value adding to me. But for my family, of course, they gained the most in terms of my immediate family. My husband, I mean, he was always rest assured that his wife was home to care for the kids. And also it meant that because my family was my primary assignment, everything that had to do with them, their feeding, everything, that was me, it was my job. So, I mean, things were in order because I was on top of it. So, I mean, we have children's school, homework, which takes a lot of time. Homework, nurturing the infant, the toddler, it takes a lot of time. So, I mean, they've benefited, my family has benefited. Well, for me, on the other hand, it was a long journey for me to see that being a stay-at-home mom is a blessing, because there were times where I felt that I wondered if I wasn't wasting away, in quotes, in terms of potential, in terms of all I had in me. Sometimes I yearned for, interaction, on the level that, I was used to. There were times when I'd be depressed. Looking back now, I know it was depression. There are times you're just bored of doing the same thing day in, day out, and they're seemingly mundane things, So there were times when I really, really was down, and I didn't consider the good part of it, because it was always the bad part of it. I was like, oh, all the nice dress, the way you dress when you go to work, the interaction, the mental work, those things are good, and you miss it. So I missed a lot of it. And my work involved traveling as well. And I enjoyed the travel. I enjoyed meeting new people, seeing new faces. I enjoyed empowering people and helping people to restore their health. The things that I used to do, I enjoyed it. And it appeared that everything was taken away from me, and I had to focus on the kids. So even though the joy of bringing up your own children by yourself, seeing them grow, seeing them rely on you, and you trying to give them the best, it has its own joy and fulfillment that gives you that money cannot buy. But you also miss that part of your life. So it took a lot for me. I had a mentor who would tell me that, Anne, you know that what you're doing, God will bless you for it. You know that it is a commendable job. You know that it is a good thing. God bless her, Pastor Shadido. She used to tell me then, and she told me about how she homeschooled her girls and the benefits and the things that she thought she lost. She gained everything back. And I'm beginning to see that now. I never thought that, I'll be a stay-at-home I'd stay at home mom for this long, even though I would say I've done things in between. But I mean, it's been a blessing. I'm not involved in the hustle and bustle of life, that you have to go out there and do stuff. You have more peace. You are more introspective. So there's so many other things that you can do, with your time. And then you begin to see it as a blessing. That some women out there wish they could stay at home with their kids, but they are not economically empowered to do that. So if you are economically empowered to do that, you should see it as a blessing.
So you say, like, in hindsight?
Yes.
In hindsight, you
I have benefited all along. Yes. And I think also being a stay-at-home mom helps you to explore other options of what you can do, to bring in revenue for yourself. I mean, I know a lot of women who have very successful businesses now, who started off from when they had to stay at home with their kids. So they had to look for something that they could do by themselves that would give them that flexibility and the time. And it has helped me to do that. It has helped me to go into a lot of things. you know, into blogging, into, you know, volunteering my time, you know, for things that are related to my profession, but it's my own time, my own, at my own convenience, is, you know, broadened my business mind and not limit myself to just medicine and public health. So right now my options, I'm exploring other things that I want to do as an entrepreneur. And also in the course of this, you know, as the children grow, they are at various phases in their lives. When they are infants, in the first 1 year, there's a whole lot of work you do. I mean, you don't have a life. Your life is, you know, for that child. Yeah. So the very first year is very, very emotionally taxing. Physically, mentally, and emotionally, it really is taxing. But after that, once they're in their toddler year, it's a whole new kettle of fish. But then you begin to see that you may have more time. So in between the toddler years, I was able to, you know, learn some new things. I learned to ride a bicycle. I didn't know how to ride a bicycle. I was not that outdoor child I mean, I wasn't an outdoor child. You would always find me inside reading a book. But now, you know, I desired to just learn to ride bicycles, because I'm like, oh yes, I would like to be riding bicycles with my sons and my boys. And I had to learn, specifically get a trainer to teach me how to ride a bicycle. I learned to sew. I had always wanted to do something with my hands, and I learned to sew. That gave me time. I'm also very active now. I'm in the gym. I have the time, you know, in the morning, go into the gym. It has really helped me. So it's freed me, and then I have more time to study, to read, to, you know, to get to know God better. So I tend to be able to spend some time, quality time with God, you know, to know Him and to fellowship with Him. And then also develop myself, read, online courses. There's so many things. You know, it's opened me up to that, you know, before I was always on the go, here, this, doing this, you know. But now I'm seeing life in a different way. So it has its blessings, and it's been valuable for me now, thinking about it.
I agree with you, because, of course, I'm in that phase. And what has happened with me is that the development, that was major for me, because I learned things that I wouldn't have thought of learning if I was in a 9 to 5.
Right.
If I was in a 9 to 5, I wouldn't have thought of learning those things. That's
fantastic.
Even this video that we're doing, I learned it from being at home, on my own, from the internet.
Wow.
So I understand that developmental stage is really critical, because you have, you are busy and all of that, but there's still that, there's a relaxed state sort of that you are in to be able to develop yourself.
You know, there's some quietness around you. Yes.
To like, okay, yes, I need to do this. So,
and then, and because you feel that maybe you're lagging behind, you know, you want to do something constructive with yourself.
Like you need to do something like, so I told you guys I'm wasting my life.
Exactly.